Assalamualaikum, meron ng Rabia.
Assalamualaikum, meron ng Maria.
Welcome to
MGR Nepal.
Today we are going to react on our first time in Pokhara, journey to Lower Mustang, Nepal. And its name is
Los Knots.
Let's watch it.
Let's.
Hello and welcome to Pokhara. We were on a bus for about 10 hours. We didn't film any of it because a lot of it was super bumpy. But we've arrived in our hotel. This is tourist residency. It's up quite a big hill, not too far from the lake in Pokhara. As you can see, we have a little table and chairs outside. Come inside. We've got a fridge, TV, waters, air conditioning, a beautiful bed, which they have put loads of these little flowers on. That's nice. Oh, it's so soft. That's like a cloud. So soft. Okay.
I even get a little desk to edit on my videos. First place we've had a desk in at least a month, so I approve.
This place was £18 per night with breakfast.
We are Andrew and Leanne, and in 2021, we packed our bags, quit our jobs, and sold our car to buy a one-way ticket to travel the world. After spending 25 incredible days taking in the breathtaking scenery on our way up to Everest Base Camp, we've decided to extend our stay here in Nepal and make our way to Pokhara and Lower Mustang. We just dropped our bags off, and Bart is, funnily enough, Bart from the Everest Base Camp trek, is just down the hill with a bike. So we're about to go and rent 2 more bikes and go for a cycle around the lake and up to a pagoda.
So we were just hiking up to the pagoda up that way. Yeah, storm rolled in. We could see it on the horizon, but we didn't think it'd be this bad. So the bikes are actually, let's see if I can find the bikes. And there's lightning, and there's thunder, and we've like ducked into this little cafe here, so hopefully it'll go off soon. We still haven't been around the lake. Amazingly though, this side is super calm. We're on the other side of the restaurant here, so this side is really still, not much wind, no rain, and then the other side of the cafe is absolutely blowing a gale.
So after having something to eat, we made a dash back up to the pagoda to have a look. We can't film because it's prohibited there. We have now tried to make a dash to get back down, and the heavens have reopened again. So we've had to take shelter in this little cafe and wait for it to blow over. So good morning again from Pokhara. I'll really quickly apologise for the abysmal job of vlogging that we did yesterday. We got caught out by a sign prohibiting us from filming in the stupa, and then we got caught out by 2 separate rainstorms. But we've come to Pokhara Lake, and we've come to this spot where all of the paragliders are landing, and it's really making me want to do it. But yeah, really nice spot. There's free parking, there's loads of drinks being sold and fresh fruit and things, which you're going to chill, relax and watch some of the gliders land. Yeah.
Nice. You've got a pretty good space going on.
We are so close to getting across the lake. but nobody speaks English and we don't speak much Nepali, so communicating with the locals on how to get across is a bit difficult. I think our friend Bart is in a bog. But there is a bridge over that way. We just can't seem to get to it. There's also a path that side, but we don't know if that cuts. Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing. Oh, you may have found a way across.
To top things off and make things even worse, there are thousands of water buffalo in these fields, making us a little apprehensive. But we really do not want to have to cross that bamboo bridge again. So we're pushing on to try and find a way.
We made it across, just wondering what way to go because that way is quite steep, looks extremely local. We don't have a guide with us, we barely speak any Nepali. That way we can't really see what's that way, so it's a bit of a risk. But there are some houses that way, which are very close, and it's not so uphill, so we might go that way. I'm thinking hopefully this road connects with the other side. If it doesn't, at least we know our way back now.
Through the power of editing, that entire journey that you've just seen us make will have taken 5 minutes, if that. It took us nearly an hour to cross what isn't actually that far. So after the absolute ordeal that we have just gone through, we have finally found this incredible little lodge on the road, and they have these two kind of gazebos outside. And it's so nice sitting in the shade with a breeze blowing through. We've just ordered, well, we think we've just ordered 3 dal bhat, 2 vegetable dal bhats and 2 buff sukati dal bhats. Now sukati is like, it's almost like Nepali jerky. They tend to hang it over the fire and it smokes over time. We've had it once before, back in Nalidada, and it was absolutely delicious. So we're really excited to have it again. And the woman's just brought us some glasses of cold water and we're so excited, so hungry.
So we are still on the other side of the lake. Oh, there's just a dog there, I don't know if you can see that. Just chasing some cows. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh no.
Okay, carry on.
Anyway, we seem to have found the path that leads to the Golden Bridge that we can cross over and get back to lakeside. Bikes are holding up really, really well. This side of the lake is much quieter, much more local than the other side. It's actually really, really nice. I think you probably could carry on a little bit more, but it's getting a little bit late and we need to take the bikes back. We're craving a beer, so we'll see you on the other side.
Hey, so we're here at Lakeside Pokhara, having a couple of beers since it's happy hour. The thing is though, we actually first sat on the next place at the water over there, asked if they had happy hour. They said no, we said okay, we'll look at the menu and we're probably gonna leave. Then what we thought was the guy from this place said, oh, there's happy hour over there, so we thought he was trying to poach us, right? Like steal us away. Apparently the guy just works there and he's very, very, very kind.
How do you feel, Mosh?
Very thirsty.
Your skin looks lovely in this light.
Does it? What are you doing? So we have done an absolutely terrible job of filming in Pokhara due to unforeseen weather circumstances and due to the fact that we decided to cross a rice paddy on bikes. We just haven't been able to film all that much. We will, however, be back in Pokhara for maybe a day or two after the trek. But as of now, we are setting off to Lower Mustang to embark on another 14-day trek. So we weren't actually planning on vlogging any of the bus journey. We were just kind of going to do a transition from Pokhara to Jomsom. However, we're now caught up in a traffic jam on the edge of this road because further down the way, they are actually blasting the cliffside with dynamite to make the road wider. This road has easily been the scariest road I've ever been on in my life. There have been a couple of times where at least one wheel of the bus has gone over the edge of the cliffs, and just look at the kind of drops that we have. It's been a bit hairy at times. As you can see, the road that we're driving on, they're actually building it at the moment as we speak. So the road's not even finished. But it looks as though they're starting to open the road ahead, so we've all jumped back in the bus and we're getting ready to set off again. So, we have arrived in Jomsom in Lower Mustang. The views of the mountains are absolutely incredible. However, when we arrived, the sun was just starting to set, so we're not going to show you any of the views until the morning, when they will be absolutely spectacular. See you then.
Good morning and welcome to Jomsom. This is our little humble room. This place costs 1,500 Nepalese rupees per night, 1,500. And as you can see, we got a double bed, a single bed, 2 big blankets, and if Andrew turns around, we actually got our own bathroom. Toilet, sink, mirror, and a working shower with hot water. Looking forward to our first day's trek. It's very, 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 very dusty outside. It's always windy and it's almost like a rocky kind of desert kind of landscape. So wind just blows the dust everywhere, and then when a car goes past, the dust just goes everywhere. So everything had a thick layer of dust on it yesterday. So it's important that you either bring a mask or a buff or something to cover your nose. But really excited about 4 hours trekking today to our next place.
So this room is where we had breakfast this morning. Just a nice simple breakfast. I had omelette with chapati and Leanne had French toast. Really simple, really quick. And we're about to hit the road because we have about 4 or 5 hours walking today. Yesterday we were walking through Jomsom whilst it was starting to get dark, and I spotted up on top of the roofs there is tons and tons of wood. So I asked Ram what it was. He told us it is firewood, but they don't really use it for fires here because it's so difficult to get firewood in this region. They don't burn it so much because it's quite expensive, so they put it on top of their houses, and it's kind of used as a status symbol. So because it's expensive, it shows that the family is wealthy if they have like a big stockpile of wood. Interesting. So we've been outside for 5 minutes this morning, and already we have had views of 3 large mountain peaks. We can see Nilgiri. Over in the distance we can see Tukuche, and also that white peak off in the distance is Dhaulagiri. That is our 6th 8,000 plus meter peak. So there is only one more that we might be able to see on this trip, and that is Manasalu. So fingers crossed we get a view of that later. What are you doing, Leanne?
Taking off our shoes to cross the river. Oh my god! Hands. Go, 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 go. Your feet are frozen. So Ram was telling us that on this riverbed you can find fossils. I was a little bit skeptical because there's so many rocks, but he said look for the blackish rocks. Sometimes you get lucky and there'll be a fossil in there. I found one!
Back on the road again. The wind has picked up and so has the dust, which is why we're now wearing masks. The sun is really strong, which is why we're wearing hats and glasses. It feels so strange being so covered up, but yeah, definitely a must. So we have just stopped at the tiny little town of Eglabuti. Egg meaning one, Labuti meaning tea shop. So at some point in time there was just one tea shop in this entire town. And now we have about 1 hour left until we reach Kagbeni, which is where we will spend the night tonight. Just done a bit of research on ammonite fossils, which is what we have just found. Turns out they grew exclusively in oceans, which means at some point in the past, millions of years ago, this riverbed was the ocean floor. So we're currently about 2,800 meters up. And it's crazy to think that even though we're this high, at one point this was the ocean floor. So I believe this is where we're stopping for the night. It's called Asia Trekking Home, but yeah, looks like a nice place. There's free Wi-Fi, so. So it's actually been a couple of hours since we last checked in, and we've also just realised we've been in Nepal now for over a month, and somehow we have never spoken about Dal Bhat. Dal Bhat is like the gift that keeps on giving, because once you have finished eating your meal, you can then ask for a top-up and they just come and bring you more. Pretty much anywhere you go, they will give you a second plate of Dal Bhat free of charge. It's amazing. So with this Dal Bhat, it has actually come with quite a few items. Obviously we've got the rice, we've got the dal, which is just a lentil soup. This one's special again because this region is one of the only regions in Nepal where they are allowed to slaughter yaks. So this is actually a yak curry. We have a potato curry, we have fried veggies, we have a radish curry, we have the rice, and of course we have a papadum with some veggies and some sauce. So I'm going to tuck in and see what it's like. So let's give the yak a quick go. I've had yak sukati, but this is the first time I've had fresh yak meat in a curry. Kind of tastes like a cross between beef and goat. So they eat a lot of goat here, but they call it mutton. Back where we're from in England, mutton is sheep. But yeah, really, really good. Potatoes are fantastic, as always. And the veggies, so nice and fresh. I'm going to put the camera away, and I'm going to absolutely demolish this, and probably easily finish a second plate as well, because I am starving. As promised, I absolutely devoured 2 entire plates of Dal Bhat. It was delicious.
So, super easy day yesterday.
Day 1 complete, Jomsom to Kagbeni.
Hello, good morning. Oh, beautiful day. We're walking to Kagbeni.
We were fossil hunting for most of the day. Probably for about 2 of the 4 hours we were just walking along the riverbed looking for fossils.
Really, really interesting. Something I've always wanted to do, but never actually been in the right place to do it. We found a good few fossils. One we still haven't managed to get out of the rock that we found.
This is easy day. Always walking the flat on the road. But it's nice to walk in the river bank. Then we try to find the fossil.
Feel really good. Quite windy here, quite dusty, so taking a mask everywhere.
The scenery is completely different to Everest Base Camp Trek, and it's really, really nice to see a different side of Nepal.
Let's see, hopefully tomorrow is also a good day. Thank you.
Okay, it's interesting.
They had an amazing experience.
In Pokhara. Yeah, all right. And also Lower
Lower
Mustang.
Mustang.
I think their experience in Lower Mustang is better than in Pokhara. Yeah, due to the unforeseen circumstances, the weather. And then, yeah, and there are a couple of places that they cannot film.
Film.
Yeah, so
But yeah, he mentioned that the lake was an ocean back then, and at the high hill there's an ocean.
Okay, I don't know about it, but
He
yeah,
mentioned
if yes, then it's interesting.
yes.
Yeah, it's interesting fact. All right, okay, guys. This video is a bit slow. It's quite slow actually,
Yeah.
and it's because
Sleepy.
sleepy. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, it's true. So never mind. Everyone has their own identity or their own style to do vlog.
But
Our-
maybe they can improve.
yeah, maybe this is their style. So yeah, we have to respect that. So we just do reaction on their video and enjoy the
View.
yeah, enjoy the view, the foods. All right. Thank you so much for your suggestion. If you like this video, please share with your family members and friends. Don't forget to share it on your social media as well. Please subscribe our channel Malaysian Girl Reactions Nepal and follow our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also TikTok Malaysian Girl Reactions. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.